Hey guys, so on today's episode, we are fishing with my good buddy, Captain David Case out of Shrimp Landing in Crystal River. We're gonna hit the backcountry in hopes for some trout, redfish, and snook. What's going on?
What's going on, buddy?
You ready to go catch us a couple?
See what we can do this morning.
Got a nice morning, little wind. Gonna have some warm weather for November here. Go catch us a few.
Absolutely.
So today we're expecting some hot weather for mid-November. It's gonna be 86 degrees. The water temperature is still high 70s, the low 80s, which is really unusual. Usually we've had a couple big cold fronts by now. It's really got the fish scattered out on different tides. So we're gonna be doing a lot of moving today and trying different areas to when we find those little groups of fish, we can really concentrate on them. And probably the high tide, we're gonna work back in the creeks, and then on the outgoing, we're gonna go back and hit these rocky points and fish these mullet schools that we find to really locate those small groups of fish.
All right, B. We're gonna slide up here. See if we can't get a couple of them to work with us here.
So going out this morning, I can already tell you that we're going to be throwing a ton of topwater plugs. I've been fishing with David for 15 to 20 years, and that was our go-to as kids. We would go throw a topwater all day long.
Fishing out of Shrimp Landing since I was a young kid. So I met Brandon, I'd say probably when he was coming out of 8th grade, going into his freshman year in high school. I had met him through some of my friends who I fished with a bunch, and we all started fishing together, and Brandon and I actually became really close and actually fished a lot of tournaments together back in the day. I used to stay at his house, and his parents always looked after me and everything, and we'd always give them a hard time running around on the boat and going out and fishing and stuff. We spent more time fishing than we did being on land most of the time. Nice, you know, lower end slot fish probably. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
looks good, healthy. That's a good fish too.
A little switch and got you on the first cast. I've caught more big trout on that lure right there.
Really nice fish too. Not exactly
Not how you wanted it to go.
Not exactly the release that we were looking for.
It never gets old.
No.
Every time I catch one on topwater.
Every time. That's a good little fish too.
Yeah, nice one. That's such a fun bite. I know. Come here. There he goes.
Go off.
Easy release.
Perfect. Really what we decided to do was go out and start throwing topwaters early in the morning and try to get that aggression bite out of all these fish.
They are crushing it when they're eating. Even though they're not big, they're just slamming it.
Yeah. As the day goes on, we kind of decided, tide started coming in, we started deciding, hey, let's change it up a little bit and move around a little closer to the banks. Kind of did that, and it worked out very, very well. There he is.
Big
That's
and
a good fish too. Let me get us up here.
Swimming at me hard.
Swimming at you?
Yep, you're good.
All right.
That is what you come to Crystal River for right there. Topwater redfish, that is a good one too. That thing absolutely smoked it. God, that was fun there, buddy.
That was fun.
Ooh. Well, Dave, we made a little move, ran back here in the creeks, and got kind of following the tide back, trying to stay on that shallower side of things. And the water in here is a little bit more muddy, I guess you could say, and it seems like them fish are wanting to bite a little bit better. So we'll be able to work around here, and a bunch of mullet in here, a lot of activity.
And we got to watch the cool part of him eating the topwater.
I don't care if they're 4 inches or 40 inches. When they eat this thing, that thing is
When
fun.
they eat that topwater, I love it.
Fishing that topwater plug, there's really no other bait like it. Seeing that explosion or seeing that fish come up behind it and really having to talk him into eating that bait is something really special to me. And even if you're not catching the big fish or you're catching fewer fish with that bait, it's just really fun to throw and watch that explosion. I'd rather catch 1 fish on a topwater than catch 10 fish on a gold spoon. It's just something that I love doing, and I'll keep it in my hand all day. Oh God, come on baby, get it, big and two. Oh, got him, yes sir. He hit it the first time and then got it the second. It's a nice one too.
Really nice fish.
Dude, he was up underneath that thing the whole time. Just had to talk him into it.
Kept giving him those little.
Just had to talk nicely to him one time.
Those little twitches to him.
Smoked it. Oh, that was cool. They're daggum eating that topwater.
Yeah, you find just a little bit more murky water, not super crystal clear, but not super dirty. And I'll tell you, it's really seeming like these fish are staying active on the topwater.
Dave, I was getting worried about you there for a second, but
I
was up about 6-0.
I thought you were gonna make me look really, really bad on throwing one of my favorite lures, So throughout the day, I happen to struggle a few times, which is nothing rare with me. When I'm fishing with the guys, I'm always the one that, gets the unlucky draw there. And I know Brandon was questioning a couple things with me, laughing about it, so it was pretty funny.
It's really weird. A lot of these fish are laid way out off the bank too. And
they are.
Once we've kind of keyed in on that, it's helped us get some more bites. Another pretty little fish.
Absolutely. Right back to it.
God. I can't grab my rod fast enough.
I know.
Another bite.
I know.
The suspense. So Dave, a lot of people think that throwing a topwater is first 20 or 30 minutes or an hour in the morning, or you need cloud cover or anything like that, but I don't find that the case at all. I mean, I'll throw it all day.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of friends of mine that make that joke about me because, I find myself with a topwater tied on all the time, and I'm always throwing it. I'll pull up somewhere, we'll throw some baits, and I'll still pick up a topwater and throw it a couple times.
Yep. I see that, when the sun gets up high, if you go with a darker colored topwater, they kind of don't see the plug as good. It's more of a silhouette, like a bait fish working over the top of them. So we've been throwing the brighter, I'm throwing the trout colored, just a regular old skitterwalk, and you have the orange belly, but throughout the day, you might see us make a change to a little bit darker plug to generate those bites.
Absolutely, and like I was thinking earlier and talking about earlier with the darker water, as the sun comes up a little bit, if you're finding yourself in a little bit clearer water, you can kind of transition into a little bit more murky, and it'll help you as well.
Yep, absolutely. And that orange bottom topwater in that muddy water is the best color, hands down, any time of year.
Absolutely. I mean, it catches them. If they're going to bite a topwater, they're going to bite that one for sure.
So we had a couple heartbreaks today.
I had a topwater on, was sitting there throwing it. That was awesome. Brandon and I were sitting talking about catching snook, and sure enough, snook comes up, eats it. I get about 3, maybe 5 reels on that snook, and No, he came unbuttoned.
No, he
broke it.
Dang it.
That was a snook too. I watched him eat the whole thing. Man.
That's a heartbreaker right there. Dang it, boy.
That one hurt a little bit. That one hurt a little bit.
We knew it was the right area, and he hooked into him, and he ended up chafing through the 20-pound leader, and that's kind of the game you play with the snook. You're either gonna throw 40-pound and get a few less bites, or you go with the 20, and you have the chance of break-offs.
It was very unfortunate, but it was pretty funny how it worked out. That one hurt a little bit.
He's big.
Because I looked, there he is.
Oh, my, he slammed it. Yeah. Dude, usually they just get up under that topwater and push it. Today, they are
actually
rocking
eating
that thing.
Yep, they are eating it.
I mean, that's a dang pretty one too. Look how dark that fish is.
Yeah, they're definitely eating that thing, man.
We've kind of keyed in, we get the current and you get them right off, they're not right up against the bank, they're off of it a little bit, but
yep.
I mean, they are dang sure enough eating it.
Man, I tell you, these things are just a lot of fun on topwater every single time. Here's a little eager to get back in the water, I know that.
Dave, now that we've kind of keyed in on it, I mean, you just lost that big snook, right? 20 feet down the bank. We catching this fish, and the last few fish we've caught any little point with current today. Some days they're out of the current, but today we've really keyed in. They're just on these points, and they're laying out off the bank a little bit.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you know, a lot of people like to think that you have to cast right up to the bank a lot of times, and I'll tell you, today it seems that it's a little opposite of that.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
it's definitely they're holding on the outside.
I tell people all the time, you really just got to pay attention to where your bites come from, and you'll be able to catch more fish. I mean, if you're seeing those bites off the bank a little bit, fish off the bank the whole time, and once you really key in on that, that's going to make a big key to catching more fish.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with spending a couple minutes in the beginning of your day of really trying to figure out where them fish are kind of biting at. And then once you figure it out, then it's almost like, you know, back to back to back. I mean, it's, you know.
We can almost just run
yeah.
point to point to point to point and catch them.
Yep.
Oh, got him. That thing was friggin' viciously.
He was ready for it.
Ate that thing. God, that was so sick. So around noon or 1 o'clock, we were catching a ton of fish. At one point, it was almost every single cast. They were just smaller sized fish. And we knew if we kept moving around and hitting those schools, we would eventually run into some better fish, one after another.
Guys, they might be small, but it don't get much better than that. Cast for cast right now.
Really nice seeing all these little fish around. I mean, we were catching the mess out of them, but we're sure looking for that big old bull, you know? I mean, they definitely live here. We just got to fight through some of these small ones, and hopefully we'll connect with a big one.
We really were leaving the dock with the perspective of catching a redfish, a trout, and a snook, and trying to catch a nice, good slot or over slot fish of each one of those species, and use a couple different tactics and try to catch these fish on jigs and jerk baits and stuff like that. So
made that little adjustment now that that sun's really gotten up. It was so still, they just wouldn't commit to that topwater. But I mean, that's a few fish really quick on the Little John. Nice Crystal River red. Made a switch to the jig, and it's paying off, getting a bunch of bites pretty quick. So going into this last spot, when we pulled up to the island, you could just tell it was full of life. The mullet were jumping, the tide was starting to run out really hard, and they were kind of positioning where they wanted to be on that lower water. And as soon as we got going down the bank, we lost a couple really nice fish, and then we got into a hot streak. It was big red, big red, big red. Oh, good for you. Nice fish. Oh, there you go. Old Crystal River redfish. What a day it's been.
I mean, we have
a lot of big blow-ups on Topwater, a ton of fish on the jig, some nice fish.
We have been hard at it, and I'll tell you, they made it worth it for us all day. It has been a lot of fun.
Oh, Dave, that thing smoked it. I put it right underneath the daggum trees. Thing I didn't even move it. That thing
really nice redfish.
Absolutely cranked it.
Yeah, that's a really nice redfish too. Let's see if I can come here, buddy.
What a fish. We've been going down this bank, seen a few snooks, seen some reds. Maybe when we get going down the bank here, we'll be able to get one of these snook to chew. I mean, but gosh, it's been a heck of a little spot right here now that tide's turned out catching these reds.
Look at that thing.
What a fish.
That is a beautiful redfish right there.
Golly.
Wow.
It never stops around here.
Nope. And we were starting to get down to that last 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes of really, of the time that we really wanted to fish. And all of a sudden,
there you go. That's usually a nice fish in that cove. Oh yeah, look at that bull. That's a good one, Dave. Oh, might be a snook. I don't know what it is, but it's a dang nice fish, that's for sure. God. Nice snook, Dave. It's the one we've been waiting on all day right here, buddy. Your chance at redemption. Then lost a couple really nice fish. Lost that snook to a frayed leader earlier. It's the one we've been hunting all day right here. People don't understand how challenging it is on this, in this clear water, really high light conditions to get these fish to bite, especially these snook more than anything.
I finally just felt the bite and I set the hook, and you know, once I knew what it was and I knew that it was a good, nice snook, we got him into the boat. That is what it's all about, buddy.
Oh, that's a good one, Dave. Oh man, what a way to end the afternoon right there.
Absolutely.
God,
that's awesome, man.
He wasn't coming undone either, buddy.
No, and it was very relieving because, you know, we had spent all day running around chasing fish, and though we had caught a pile of really nice fish, you know, just that one really good one really just tops it off every time.
Old Crystal River snook.
Yes, sir.
What a day.
That was fun right there.
Absolutely, we caught an absolute pile of fish, from little tiny reds to nice reds to snook, and some nice trout on Topwater this morning. I mean, just an all-around great day here in Crystal River, Homosassa. That's what you come here for. To be able to go somewhere and throw artificials and catch 30 or 40 fish in a day is just, I mean, it's special.
Absolutely. So, you know, and I mean, it never gets old either. And you sit there and you throw all day long, you know, and you're sitting there asking yourself, man, should I stop? And then you just, it's always there. Like that drive and that want to catch another one is just always there.
What do you say we call it a day and head to the crab plant and get some dinner?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. As always, fishing here in Citrus County never lets us down. We catch a ton of fish every single time we come back. I'm always looking forward to getting back out there almost instantly after the trip, just because I know every time we hit the water out here, we're gonna have a great day of fishing, whether it be trout and redfish, grouper, cobia, tarpon. I mean, there's so many different species to target in this Citrus County zone, and that's why I love fishing here. So on today's episode, we really had two key baits. We started off throwing topwaters this morning. The Rapala skitterwalk in the trout color was an absolute killer for the first couple hours. Big trout, we caught some redfish on it, but as that sun got up and it got slick calm, I had to make an adjustment and I went to a little bit quieter, smaller topwater. We're throwing both of these on the Daiwa TD Soul 7.6 medium action with a Procyon MQ. This was paired with 10-pound diamond braid and this is the Presentation Gen 2 20 and 30-pound leader. We were mixing it up. We lost that big Snook on the 20-pound, just chafed off right there on the mangroves, but we switched it up to the 30-pound and worked flawlessly all day. Then as the sun got up and we changed baits, this is a Gamakatsu Superline weighted hook, just a belly weighted hook with a MirrOlure Little John Watermelon Red. It was an absolute smoker this afternoon. I mean, we were smashing the reds and snook on this thing. We had this on an Isla 7.6 medium heavy, paired up with the Procyon again, 10-pound diamond braid, allowed for a really long cast with this smaller bait, and then 20-pound Presentation Gen 2 fluorocarbon. This is all you need in Crystal River in the fall and springtime to catch those big trout, reds, and snook. Y'all can check them all out at sodiumusa.com for all of your needs Crystal River fishing.